Hey everyone, welcome back to Modest Money. Being a landlord should be pretty easy. You collect rent, you handle maintenance, and you relax. But if your property management software is making things harder, you're not alone. Some tools promise stress-free management, but deliver the opposite. So before you commit to a platform that might cost you time and money, let's break down the best landlord software that actually works, and the ones that fall short. Now, whenever you're looking at any software, especially when searching for the best landlord software, it's smart to start with what people are complaining about. And trust me, we've dug through a lot of reviews, so you don't have to. Let's talk about the rough spots we found and whether or not they're deal breakers. Starting with TurboTenant. One property manager said he signed up with 15 units and was sold on how easy marketing and scheduling would be. But when he actually listed a property, the syndicated sites updated painfully slowly and his scheduling link broke right away. Frustrating for a landlord rent software, right? He asked for a refund and wanted his bank info removed, but he claims that they actually ignored him. All right. Now, while that sounds pretty bad for this online landlord property management software, it's worth mentioning that TurboTenant scores an impressive 4.3 out of 5 stars overall. One landlord said it was a total lifesaver for managing his first rental. He said that he loved how easy it was to send out application links and get guided through the leasing process. Another landlord said that after a year of use, the landlord rental management software helped him fill his units fast, and that he swears by the rent collection tools. So, yeah, just like I had mentioned earlier, the bad experiences do happen. But based on the huge number of users and the consistently high ratings, they seem pretty rare. And if you're ever worried, though, we do advise you always document everything and email support directly. Don't just rely on in app cancellation links. All right, the next one we're going to cover is Baselane. One user was really upset about their rent checking accounts dropping to 0% interest, basically calling it a bait and switch. He mentioned you now have to open extra accounts and shuffle money around to earn any interest. That can definitely be annoying if passive interest was your main reason for choosing Baseline as your landlord inventory software. But again, Baseline holds a 4.3-star rating, and plenty of landlords still love it. One said that it made managing rentals so much easier, especially for tax time with built-in expense tracking. Another raved about ditching Stessa in favor of Baselane, and the thing that set Baselane apart is its advanced tenant screening and integrated insurance tools, which Stessa just can't match. All right, last one. Finally, there's Buildium. Now, this is a heavyweight landlord tenant management software, but one tenant claimed Buildium withheld rent deposits and made it impossible to reach a human being for support. He accused them of being outright fraudulent. These are some pretty strong words. Buildum's team actually responded here, though, and they explained that they were waiting on documentation to release the funds. So this sounds like a pretty standard security check and maybe a misunderstanding on the customer's part. And while no one loves delays, it's clear that the team was actually just working on these issues at the time. Plus, other users say that Buildum made rent payments super easy, cut down on physical checks, and streamlined tax prep. So, while there's no denying that there's some rough patches overall, it's a solid, trusted landlord and tenant software. All right, so let's get into what these tools actually do. Because when it comes down to choosing the best landlord software, the features really matter. All right, TurboTenant leads the way with its online rental applications. You can quickly share a link with prospective tenants and collect their info hassle-free. Then it's got a solid tenant screening service providing credit and background checks to help you avoid problem renters that might mess up your property or be a bit of trouble. It's totally free to list on dozens of renter sites, which keeps your properties visible without any of those extra fees. And here's a big win: rent collection is super simple. You can automate late fees, set up autopay, and the system will nag your tenants for you. Plus, everything syncs for automatic bookkeeping, making tax time less painful and stressful. Baseline shines with next-gen tenant screening. It goes deeper than most services, combining credit checks, background info, and fraud detection. It's perfect for avoiding those $3,500 eviction costs that nobody wants. Baselane also bundles in renter's insurance, so tenants can get covered right through the platform, protecting both their stuff and your property. And unlike competitors like Stessa, Baselane integrates your property finances, screening, and insurance in one place, so there's no extra apps or messy spreadsheets required. And then lastly, we have Buildium, a more enterprise level option, and it offers a powerful maintenance request management software so tenants can submit issues through a portal and track their status through it. It also has a slick resident center, letting tenants pay rent, submit forms, and view their payment history online in one place. Buildium handles accounting too, so that makes journal entries and payments a breeze, something that larger landlords or property managers with multiple properties will appreciate. But alright, let's be honest. No small landlord software or commercial landlord software is flawless. Even the best landlord software has a few quirks. With TurboTenant, for example, some folks mention a bit of the learning curve, especially when you're juggling multiple properties. But hey, that's pretty normal with feature-rich tools, and honestly, the time you save later far outweighs the setup effort and the time it takes to learn how the software works and how you get used to it. Baselane's biggest hiccup is the 0% interest issue on rent accounts. But here's the thing, most platforms don't offer landlord banking options at all. So while it's a minor annoyance, you're still ahead with Baselane's all-in-one financial management and screening features among all of its other features. As for Buildium, the occasional hold on deposits can be stressful, but when you're dealing with large sums, security checks, it's unavoidable for large amounts of money. And given Buildium's solid reputation, these delays are typically short-term and pretty rare. But finally, let's talk about cost because value matters when choosing the best landlord software. TurboTenant is very reasonably priced for the level of control and automation it offers. It's perfect for small landlords managing a handful of properties. Baselane is a fantastic deal too, especially considering all the financial tools, screening, and insurance integration that you're getting under a single roof. And it might feel like a bit premium compared to the free tools out there, but the convenience pays for itself with the price. And alright, Buildium does come in at the higher end, which makes sense given its enterprise features. So if you have multiple properties and you need some serious accounting tools, this tool would be worth the investment. Check the links in the video description for the latest pricing, the promos, and any special offers. We try to keep those updated for you, so make sure you check that out. Okay, what is the verdict here? If you're a landlord looking for stress-free, affordable, and powerful landlord property software, TurboTenant, I think, is hands down the best tool that you can get, and that's the one you need. Baselane is a fantastic software for landlords if you're more focused on the financial management and tenant screening side of it, and Buildium is a beast for larger property managers who need enterprise-grade options. So if you have a lot of properties, or if you have apartments and a lot of individual places here and there, that's the one you might go with. Alright, check the link in the description of this video to get started with our special discounts and offers.